Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. So I'm out in the garage, cutting a bit of wood for the track. So today is part 5. Now we had the cutting part, and I didn't name that part 5, so we're going to make this one part 5. If you want to see maybe part 4.5, we say, that's there. It's just cutting track. And I didn't film a lot of the disasters because I wasn't filming when they happened, so it's train wreck TV, but it's, you don't see many disasters really. So let's move on. This one's number 5. At the end of it, you'll see an interesting statement at the very end of the video, and it just shows the ongoing process. What I'm doing, I'm laying underlay on that one. I'm laying this stuff here, which is this stuff was great. That stuff there, it's just foam. You can get it in different thicknesses, and it's underlay for linoleum flooring and for wood flooring, stuff like that. But today I'm doing something now interesting stuff over the next few days. I'll post quickly because I need to catch up. My visitors are actually coming today, and as you can see, I'm out in the garage, still making a mess in the house, in the garage. Ourself was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" in a nice way. She's very calm woman. I don't know how she puts up with us Slotcar guys. How do our women put up with us? I know we have some lady racers as well, but how do we put up with us and all our crazy ideas? Like, hey, can I have half the sitting room? It's like what? So, okay, I'm just cutting some angles here. I'm putting some extra pieces in, but even interesting, this one, part 5, part 6 will be interesting, part 7. So watch out for them. Let's get this one over. Okay, are we going to point in the right direction today? Let's go. So what we're doing today is I've taken away the big hill, and we're going to put this stuff down on the track. Now this is your normal type of underlay. This is the underlay you use underneath linoleum or wood floors on the laminate flooring, and it works great as sound deadening material, and it's very, very cheap to buy. Way cheaper than gym mats or anything like that. Now if you're a rich dude and you can afford gym mats, well then buy gym mats. I can't afford gym mats, so I use this stuff. Doesn't have to be perfect. Mountains going here, other pieces here. Once it's under the track is the general most important part. What I get then is my trusty whiteboard marker. This stuff is transparent, so you can see where your track is, and you can just follow the lines of your track. Easy enough. You don't have to be exactly precise once it's inside the track. Okay, bring it around here. We have that little groove cut there, around here, and then we have the final edge. Okay. Now on this piece that you've cut out, you can do two things. You can either put it straight down underneath because it's going to match the lines of the piece of track underneath, or you can lay a separate piece so that you get right into the corner here. It's all not so much of a big deal. So we'll just go and we cut this out. Very easy to do this. Very easy. Doesn't need to be precise once it's under the track and keeps the track nice and quiet. On top of this will be your mountains, your hills, your grass, and your borders, and then also your grass. So this stuff will be absolutely, does not need to be, don't be, as I say, don't be anal about it. No problems. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. It'll be grand. And that'll flatten out. It's still roll after being rolled. It's a little bit. You know. And you can cut this here. And it doesn't have to be precise. And if any of it sticks out, it's very, very easy stuff to cut with a blade later. As you can see. Absolute easy peasy. You have that piece in there. Okay. Put this here. Alright. As I said, that piece will happily go under there to that shape there. Now I can cut that there. I can cut this to fit in a little bit in there. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because you know, I don't want to waste anything. If you're doing stuff like this to a budget, you don't want to be wasting stuff. So that'll fit in there. And then I can put a strip just to go to this piece here. Again, this isn't screwed down yet, so I can slide it in there and actually pick that up. I'm not happy with the track here yet on the corner here, so I'll have to screw all that down. That's your underlay down. Very quick, very simple. That's probably the easiest part of the whole build, getting the underlay down. There we are. And it does make a big difference. Makes a big difference to the cars going around. And that's probably the cheapest method for putting the underlay on your track. So what I'll do is, the first thing I'll do here will be, I'll bring in my big hill and I'll put it here so I can see where my track is going in correspondence to my hill and everything. And then I have these homemade borders which I made for the little awkward corner around here. So I've made some homemade borders which you've seen on the old track. I'll redo these. These are perfect. Just need to be screwed back into the baseboard. They will be done next. Okay. Let's pause you guys and I'll bring in my hill. Now I'm just bringing in my big hill. I'll give you guys a close-up of what this hill looks like. Let me get the camera down. I'll give you guys, because some people haven't seen how I built the hill. It is back. Notice my Christmas lights. We're a few weeks away from Christmas. So, this is the internal. Underneath, I have a bit board that's used advertising boarding. It's like a plastic type of corrugated stuff. Yeah. And then we have a build-up of sheets of polystyrene block sheets and then spray foam on top. And that's how I did my big mountain. So here's the big hill on its side. So I can close the door now. And so it's you know, you can lift it. I think it's about, I don't know, it's about 8 kilograms maybe. I've never weighed it. But it's not too heavy. So we get the big hill. Yep. We put it in its position, which I know from past experience was right at the edge of the track, like that. So now we have our hill in position. Let me just whip the camera down. Okay. So now we have this area that just borders on the edge of the track. So now we're ready to start putting down some track borders and some track. Room is small to work in, but at least I don't need to bend down anymore and crawl underneath the way the old track was, which was very difficult for me, not good for me. So there we have our different levels. Now, the levels are not huge on this particular track. So, you know, I didn't want to go crazy. And to make huge, big levels, I think you need slightly longer straights, you know, and this room was quite compact. Now, my levels in my garage track are a little bit more interesting. But I still love a level change. So we have a couple of level changes. We have a downhill here and we have a slight uphill here. So, okay, let's go. I'm going to start putting some pieces on the track. Now, I'm at the stage where this track is just loose. Okay, I've put the track down and I've put the borders around it. So we have our different borders. Okay, now this is where you find out what borders you need. So what do I need? Well, I've homemade borders here. So do you know what? I think I'll leave the homemade borders on that area there because they're cut to its specific size where it meets the wall, you know, and around the little hill here. I'll put some grass here because this goes into this hairpin curve. So I can be okay with that. I might put one of these type of pieces. Let me see, do I have one? I do have one somewhere. I could put a piece like this here. Something like that there. Just to bring that in. Okay. Yeah, and then some grass there. Okay, so this is where you discover what you need. So I need a straight border. I've no borders for here, so I need to get... Unfortunately, you need to get a pack of 6. Which is really a pain in the ass. It'd be great if Carrera had singles. We could just get what you need, one single. Now, will I buy a pack of 6 for one area? I'll probably not. I'll probably make a piece out of laminate. I've plenty of laminate left around. Don't need any straights here. I have the borders for here. Here I'm going to make my own because it's quite a thin area. I can cut that from laminate flooring as well. So I need a border. One there, I need one here. This, as I said to you guys earlier, I have to put a piece of wood across here. And I've got to put a piece, I've got to extend this out a little bit, just so that we can have borders. I was going to design this where it came back in and a fence, but I've looked at it and I think, you know what, I think I'd like a border there, maybe. Or maybe put a fence. I'll see how I feel later on. So having a look around the track, I might possibly need one straight there, possibly. Either that or I'll just bring this track in here. At this stage, maybe I'll bring this track in here. And maybe start my fence here because the cars will be finished swinging. I'd say similar to this end. Then have a fence going along here. Up here, I need a piece for here. Do you know what? I'll do that with laminate because that's all laminate there. So to keep in with the black, and then I'll start with the. See, the thing is, you have to buy one piece of track to do a pack of 6 for one piece. Not doing that. I'll make it out of laminate. So all I need is one pack of straights. We've 1, 2, 3, 2 halves, which is 4, 5, 6, 6. Maybe I need 2 packs of straights. I have to cut a few half pieces, a few short pieces. So 2 packs of straights. That should be enough. Here's an overview of the general idea at the moment. Now I didn't show you me putting down the track because you've seen the track. It's the same track except for the new little area here. And we're missing this piece that used to come across here. So nothing's tagged down, everything's loose, everything's just sitting there, nothing's Nothing screwed in yet. Get all this stuff right. Get your final cuts, your final piece of wood if you're putting a piece here. Then you can start tacking everything down and getting it the way they're ready for racing. So unfortunately, I could make some straights. I have laminates already cut. I'll show you. I have some laminate that I could use for straights if I wanted to. You know, I could cut this laminate here and continue this laminate around here. I could do that. Maybe I will do that. You know, we're a couple of weeks before Christmas. Do I have time to wait for the post? Do I want to get the track ready? As visitors coming in on the 16th, so haven't got too long. Well, do you know what I could do? I could make these out of laminate, and then when I get the straights, just pull these up. Only trouble with making these out of laminate is that if you are connecting up, you need to take off those tabs or cut the laminate. Usually I just snap off the tabs. Snap off one tab there, because there's another one here and there's another one here for later. And these are going onto straights, and the straight will also be connected there. So what I do is, if I'm making a laminate piece, I just cut off that tab. I cut off that tab, and then I slot my laminate piece in there. For example, let me see, I have another example piece of laminate here somewhere. That's a circle. Okay, I'll use this piece again. Yeah, so you're putting your piece of laminate here. So just cut off that tab, slot that in there. I'm going to continue on with the process. Progressing. I'll cut some laminate, I think, today, and I'll put that on the track and we'll see how that looks. So, tea. Cheers, folks. Now, I've been putting the track down here on the underlay. I'm now starting to remove this track here so I can get the underlay on the other side. So what I'm doing with this is I'm just putting all these clips onto this piece. And sometimes I've seen people actually putting the clips on the wrong way. I've seen people putting the clips in this way. Yeah? You see? And they think, yeah, that's clipped. And then they're going, why does my track keep on unclipping? So, one, they go that way. Yeah? And two, as many of the lads, many of my fellow YouTubers have already said to people, don't be afraid. I'll do it properly. Hold on a second there while I get myself something to do this with. Don't be afraid to get these tabs, put something underneath. I just use a little screwdriver and give them a bend. You know? See, they settle after a while. And it just raises them up just a little bit extra. Just stick it under there and just bend it back a bit. Look, I'm bending it that much. You can bend it. I guess we can get focused a bit better. Get it under there. Push it. And now it's bent up. Now would be a good strong contact on that. So I'm just putting them in these pieces. So these pieces are all ready for when we put these borders on the track. I've already pre-bent all of these, so just to give them a little bit of a proper connection. Working away here, making sure they're not turned that way by mistake. Make sure they're turned this way. Very easy mistake to make, and I have seen people doing it. People on Facebook saying, my track isn't working, I put my clips in, they're not right, and you'd look and the clips would be this way, and everybody would be commenting, you have the clips the wrong way, turn them the other way. Hey, it's a simple mistake, we're only human. So, I'm going to take up this part of the track, take up this second hill and start putting this side down. Okay, let's go. Woo! Woo! That'll be the test car. There's no better car to run around your track to test it than a Pioneer Legend. Excellent cars. Now, as you can see, we have some pieces of the puzzle. So we have our underlay down here. I'm just trying to put together the pieces of the puzzle regarding what I should use of my original pieces of laminate that I cut. And what should I replace? So I don't have enough borders, but I'll have straight borders for here, but for the moment I can lay these down loosely. I haven't bought borders for this edge. I'm going to leave this as is. I need to tidy up that corner. I need to cut a border for in here, but I can use one of those existing borders I have from the old track. Yeah, so one of them will fit in there. Then I got to think about this area here. What sort of borders I'm going to cut to fit coming up to the bridge section here. So that's what I'm up to. We're getting a bit closer as we go. It's beginning to take shape. So really, I think that's enough for today's post. Now this used to be, let me show you, this used to be what I call bonsai corner. So I have to decide if I'm going to leave this as bonsai corner. There we are. That piece went in there. And then I just have to make a bend to go around beside it. So I have some of these flexible guys. I did have one of these here, and that went to there like that. So then I could make a piece in to fit in here. So that's another plan I have to think about what to do. And I have to fit a piece in here, and I have to cut this piece here to join up, and I gotta cut a piece here. So there's lots of work to do, but we're getting close to running a test car. Maybe that'll be on the next one. We'll see. Okay, so far so good. Everything matches up. This is the final piece here, which I'm hoping will match up reasonably well. We might have a slight problem. As you can see, a little bit of a discrepancy with the final piece. I'll have to do a little bit of flexing and see if we can get that to join up. Then we have a few little pieces that we have to pull in. You're always going to get this, you know, a certain amount of pieces that don't 100% match up. So this is the final cut. Let's see if I can get this to click in.